How you doing today, guys? For this project, we are going to figure out a way to make the cell phone stand on end. Great, job done. We're over with. We're gonna make a cell phone stand out of this 1x pine. It's gonna take our iPhone. Mine's an iPhone 14. Yours is gonna be a different width than mine, so we're gonna mark it. We're gonna take our quick square and just go all the way down the edge. We're gonna take the whole piece and we're going to bisect it, split it in half. Make sure the line's nice and dark so that we can ignore that later. We're going to take the whole thing over to the bandsaw. Make sure that we run right along the edges. Not a necessary portion for us to use, but we've got the tools, so let's make sure that we get a nice surface finish on it with the drum sander. You can do this by hand. Anything that we do in the shop, we can always do by hand. Then it's time for us to make our measurements. For this one, we're going to go 2.5 inches up for the legs, and then we're going to go 1 inch in for each of the individual legs. That's going to leave us with a 3/4 inch space in the middle, and that's the space that we're going to remove. So we're going to get these marked off, and then at 3/4 inch space, we are going to scratch out and show that we're going to get rid of that. And then for the back, which is going to be the actual part that holds the cell phone, we're going 1 inch up. Make sure we get a nice dark line there. Go both edges to make sure we're straight. And then 1 inch. 1 inch from both sides. It's going to leave us 3/4 in the middle, but this time we want to actually remove the 1 inch sides. Measure the thickness of our board. Actually going to stick through there. Just like before, we're going to scratch out parts that we are marked for removal. Now I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. The first way is with the coping saw. Here I'm using a jeweler saw instead of a coping saw. It's just what I had on hand. And there's no right way or wrong way. I actually prefer hand tools myself. More ways than one, they're faster, can be a little more accurate. Sometimes by the time you actually get the tool taken out, set up, and put together, everything dialed in, you're done with the project. You could have been done with the project once you've actually used just the hand tool that you went and grabbed off the wall. So here we are. Clean that up a little bit and done. And then we're going to take those side cuts out. Sit here and awkwardly chatter at you while I do that. The jeweler's saw is a little better at making those turns than a coping saw is. But anyway. Drop it. Make sure we got it fit up. Here's the way to use a scroll saw. Once again, not right, not wrong. It's going to be a little faster. I don't think it even cuts straighter. A lot of the times, scroll saw has a tendency to wander on me. So, not my favorite tool in the world, but you know, if you got it, you might as well use it sometimes. Through there. Out. Once again, clean up just like before. These little side cuts out. Just like that jeweler's saw, it actually makes those turns really well. Make sure you keep your fingers well clear of those blades. One thing about the shop is you want to make sure that you go home with all of the fingers you came with. Then we get the fit up, and there it is. Cell phone stand. Cell phone on it. But you can't tell which one I made by hand and which one I made on the power tool, because they're exactly the same. Ta-da! There they are. Nice little zoom in.